Welcome to Southern Comfort, Georgia, to all new 911 dispatchers. My name is Squirrel Ryan. I'm the Director of Operations for 911. I'm going to be going over ImperialCAD here just to give you a rundown of how to run ImperialCAD, how to work ImperialCAD from the dispatcher side of things, and how to understand it and answer any kind of questions you have. If you have any questions, please direct them to your immediate supervisor or your training coordinator or the person that's training you right now. So, this is the channel for pretty much Southern Comfort, Georgia. If you're logging in, you should already have a permission key for dispatch. Once you log into dispatch, you're going to go ahead and type in your call sign, which all of this should be pre-filled. If not, fix your name by making sure your name is actually in the registered name for the Imperial CAD. So you make sure your department's correct too. Make sure you're in Cobb County's 911. Press login, and now it's going to take you to this channel. This channel is called our active board channel. So this is where your active calls will pop up. Any calls you created, traffic stops, shootings, or any investigations will pop up here. If an emergency call is to take place, such as 911 calls, they will take place here. If you have a unit going, for example, at 804 or 520, their two are in a ride along, they'll appear over here. And able to create a call for active calls, first we'll press the stuff's on duty, and as you can see, all these lovely little buttons came by live. So we're gonna run through how to make a call. You're gonna press this little blue button here, and you're gonna press whatever the call nature of the call is. You're gonna type in, for example, a traffic stop. If it's pending and active or closed, most 911 calls will come as pending because it is a pending or a response from the unit or from dispatch. You're gonna change that to active. Priority, given the sense of the a traffic stop, we're just gonna do priority 3. You type in the postal, the address, the city, and the counties will already be pre-filled. You do have to type in the postal, and usually it will give you a partial here for the address. These are your counties and your city, sorry, and this is your county, Cobb County. You can add any comments here if need be, and press create. We're gonna do that. And once you press create, you can see here a list is open. So as you can see here, you can now add in this information, like for example, just hello, and it will type up a time and your name and what's going on. You can also assign the primary units depending on who's attached to it and who's not attached to it. If need be for fire and they have to be directed to somewhere, you can type in directions here, but you also just mainly type in here. So let's just say it's a simple traffic stop. What you can do is you can go over here to call pop out, not call pop out, sorry. You can go over here to info. Info gives you the name, the address, if someone is reporting something. State returns is basically where we'll be going over that shortly. Address history reports, if it's like a previous call that's been here before, the same address. This is your notes. Anytime they say, let's just say blue Jaguar 2-door runs a red light, you just type it here and it'll pop up on their side and your side. If it's a duplicate call, you can just press merge call, find the call that you're trying to do, and it'll pop call to merge into, and you just pop in that call to this call. Make sure to verify the nature of the call and the number of what that call is. Once you do that, we'll go over here and go to search. Let's just say officers have a guy named George, and George is not really cooperative. As you can see here, this is our database for running names. What you can do is press add to call, find the current call that you're currently attending to, attach that call, press continue, and now that call will be sent to the officer's box to where it will appear up on their side. As you can see here, this is the call, this is the person's whole entire backgrounds. You can also see their NCIC and any kind of motor vehicle accidents they've been involved in or their backgrounds in general. This whole side would pretty much show you a background of everything that's happened. And this is pretty much concludes the call section area where we'll be going over. To close a call, I'll go over this stuff before we close out though. For state returns, as you can see here, it'll pop up in state returns. For reports, if a report has been written, this will be written down here, especially if it's according with another call that's been opened up recently. If an address has been reported before, this address will pop up here and it'll pop up a list of report numbers, and natures, including the addresses of where that call came up as. So now that we're done with this, let's just say the unit went back in service. They gave them a citation, replace code's call, deposition. We'll say a citation was issued, and we can add in additional notes. Whatever is up to you is optional, as you can see. Press complete, and now the call is closed. If an officer needs to open the call again, you'll just open the call, and now the call is reopened. Now we're gonna close this again because I don't know why. I don't know. All right, now to get back to your captain, press CAD, and now we're back here. Now, this little button here is to do self-dispatch and no self-dispatch. Self-dispatch is when this is off. Self-dispatch, no self-dispatching is when this is on. Units will not be able to receive 911 calls because the calls will be redirected to dispatch, and dispatch will be able to review the calls and attach assigning units as need be. Turning this off gives the units the free will to attach themselves to calls and allows them to understand and where to go. Call histories, that's just pretty much self-explanatory, explains the call history. Laws, I really wouldn't recommend, I really wouldn't focus on this too much. It just reviews certain laws. Alerts, we can see current alerts, add alerts. If need be, if one officer says they need something like that, or they have warrants on somebody, you can come here to active alerts, and this is where we will put it in. Alert histories is kind of just like the background of everything that happened. If we go to map, it's going to take you to another tab here, and you can see where all the units are. Now, units aren't going to be always on here, so you have to tell them to do slash toggle tracking. And this will allow them to pop up on your map. They have to do this in game or else they will not pop up on your map side. So, now that we understand how to make a call, how to understand how emergency calls get to us, how to make now we're going to go to how to make a union group. Over here, press this blue little button. We'll press to select the units. Let's say for Davidson and Rains, we will select the department. Let's just say they're Department of Natural Resources. We'll give them the identifier, Unit 90, create it, and now that is their little thing here, and they'll be able to now dispatch themselves as Union 90. Now to disband them, you can just press delete, and it puts them back in the ordinary area. Now, let's just say, we got a new call and we want to assign a unit. We go over here to assign units. We press a certain amount of units when responds, 804. We select a call, we get a description, and then we assign that unit to that call. Now you can also go inside the call and just press the little plus button, adds the unit to the call. So pretty much how to do a signal. Go over your signal, type in signal 100, signal 3, whatever needs to be to get the point across. Tones are for like, law enforcement or fire department. If need be, we'll just do, for example, fire tones, and we'll select the unit, and we'll, hit here for Marietta Fire Marshal, for example, and we'll press send. I'm not going to do that because there's an active patrol going on. Once that sends out, that unit will be able to hear it, and then you can proceed with your dispatching prompts. If an officer is asking for a return on a previous call, you can go over your returns and look at your returns to see. If your returns are like knee deep, like mine is, what you can do is just go to call history, which will come back over here. Go to call history, and we'll just find, for example, this traffic stop that we just had open. If they need to be to find it, just remember the report number, and you type in a report number, and the report number should pop up for you on that CAD system. So, this is pretty much how ImperialCAD is, and this is how ImperialCAD works. Now, we can go over here to the unit section. Unit section is not really much for to do. If need be, you can change your name and all their stuff if you really want to, if they need to be changed. Most of the time, if they do the toggle tracking, the location will pop up here, and it'll automatically update over here. So, let's focus on this map, for example. As you can see, this is the whole map of Los Santos. You can type over here to type in a postal code or a call sign. For example, let's type on 102, and 102 does not exist. So we're just going to type in 002 or something like that. I don't know. Something bound to exist. Anyways, it pops up, wherever you have to go to. So let's say 905 is here. It'll pop over here, and this will be 905. This is a great way to track your units in case one of them goes missing or car is going missing or a unit has went missing. It usually does do a good job at tracking the units, the speed, the time, and wherever the unit is traveling to. So, this is how you use Imperial CAD, and this is how you pretty much use it based simple training. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to your training coordinator or your supervisor, and they will try their best to assist you with any CAD issues. This is pretty much Imperial CAD, and any questions, again, like I said before. Everyone have a great rest of your day and have a good night. Bye bye.